joining me, Capricorn. This is your reading for this full moon in Cancer today here in the Southern Hemisphere. Full moon in Cancer feels like everything's amping up a bit, doesn't it? Right, anyway, slight twist. We're going to read from a paragraph from one of my favourite books, this lovely Taschen book of symbols, incredibly lyrical, well written, with amazing photos of artwork, sculpture from going back centuries. So we randomly opened it, and oops, the puss is getting down. Randomly opened it at the page of blood. So Capricorn, let's just read the first paragraph. The contemporary Japanese paper artist Kako Ueda cut out her tree of life with such deft precision that we can feel the movement of her blade along our veins. At its roots, a small coffin and tiny human limbs are wrapped in capillaries beneath a skirt that maternally shelters both warm and cold-blooded creatures in its scarlet pleats. Above them, a skull houses a spider in its tracery web, a tastefully gruesome paraphrase of the hemorrhage that nearly ended the life of the artist's mother. Intuitively, artists recognize the emotional impact of their tubes of blood-red paint. I was walking down the road with two friends when the sun set. Suddenly the sky turned as red as blood, writes the Norwegian expressionist Edvard Munch, describing the genesis of the scream, the famous scream, which triggered the memory of bloody carnage at his mother's deathbed when he was 5. Oh, sorry, that's a bit dark. Jung also noted the intriguing parallels between the maternal tree of life and the human blood system, observing how sap, initiating blood, cycles through the seasons, flowing down to its earthbound roots in winter and returning as fruit in summer, containing within its branching intricacies the entire mystery of life and death. So it's pretty intense, Capricorn, and that's the image that was being described, the Japanese artist. Okay, let's get stuck in. We've got the cards face down and a shortened Celtic cross for you today, with a couple face down Kim Cran's Animal Spirit and a Journey Map card. So let's have a look. We've got the moon, how appropriate. All of the unseen aspects of the moon, of our unconscious or subconscious mind. We wait for the cycle of the moon. It impacts us incredibly. And within the Thoth deck, in this moon representation by Lady Frida Harris, the moon is like a valley. We enter this zone. We enter a zone of unknown. It is crossed. It is crossed by victory, and maybe this full moon with its reflected light gives us a level of seeing our own success, actually, seeing how successful we have been in recent months. This is visible to others as well. And I do get a sense that the concept of this reflected light, from the sun, it's as if there is success in your world, some level of victory or some kind of victory. It's that other people are seeing that as well, that there is recognition of sorts here. The basis of this reading, we have the 5 of discs. I love this representation. It's like a mechanism. These discs. We all know the 5 of discs is indicates that of which we all have at times, a kind of level of lack, that we prefer to stay out in the cold. And maybe there's something within these three cards that up until this point, you have wanted to be undercover a little bit, Capricorn. You have wanted to not be parading down the main street, as it were. You've it could be many things. These are general readings. What is behind you, I'm just turning these over, what your current position is, and moving forward. It looks pretty amazing. What is behind you is the Seven of Cups, called Debauch, in the Thoth deck. This is a card of assessing all our options, and we do have many. This for you is in the recent past, or it is behind you. We assess what our options are. Some things are somewhat possibly illusionary, and some are not. And it is for us in our period of assessment that we figure this out. So there is clarity within this card, which is what has just passed. I see great clarity in that, actually, in your navigation of it and discerning of all your options involved in whatever you've been experiencing. Because in the current position we have the Chariot. The Chariot's moving very quickly. This is works in progress. We spring forth from the primordial sea that gives birth to all life. This is balance. We would not be moving. We would not have works in progress unless we were in a level of balance. This is the way that the Chariot moves forward. It's also a very feminine card. It's a Cancerian card, a very female card here, which is interesting. We will clarify, Capricorn. And moving forward, well, how much better could this be? The beautiful Wheel of Fortune. Great things are afoot. Great things are in process of coming into form for you that will create, as I always say, I know I repeat myself, a new cycle. But this is a new cycle, Capricorn. So let's clarify here. Can we have a look at victory, please? Or actually, what is the moon? What's happening with the moon here? Because we love the moon. Again, ultra female, ultra nurture, ultra mother, ultra creative. I think you've got a new infusion of vitality in terms of your creative life, whether that be music, volunteering, being there for others. You've got a new infusion, a new enthusiasm here, and the moon is really bringing this out in you. It's allowing you to see it and to feel it. And it may well have been a long time, or quite a period of time has passed since you have felt that. I do get a sense that you've been sitting in this Five of Discs, or that you've been within that for a period of time, trying to look at the positives, but feeling a great sense of lack. Let's have a look at the Six of Wands, please, because this is a victory. This is a victory of coming out the other end. And yeah, something quite painful. We see the Ten of Swords, the aha moment. We can't take any more. But what we can do is begin again, as I said, a new cycle. And we can actually see this in the Five of Swords. We can see how we got to the 10. We can see this, review it, shift it, change it. Five of Swords is a conflictual card. It's look, we're looking at a battlefield here. It's internal conflict. I do get a sense of doing things, of getting this insight into doing things in a slightly different way, moving forward. This is your victory, is that you've gone through this whole suit of the swords. We get to the 10, there's nowhere else to go. It's like, aha, now I see. Now I see. Now I see. Okay, let's have a look at the Chariot. Or we'll just look at the basis here, the 5 of Discs. The 5 of Discs for Capricorn, please, in this whole thing. Lack, not enough. Offerings that have been, we get the Page of Cups, offerings of small offerings. Small offerings can have more impact than what we might think sometimes. Small emotional offerings, excuse me. Maybe this is where you felt a lack in terms of what emotional, to put it simplistically, emotional offerings from others. Anyway, moving ahead, let's look at Chariot, because this is in your current position. Capricorn, current position for Capricorn, please, with the Chariot, the beautiful, fast-moving chariot. And we have the Great card, beautiful 6, balance, beauty and harmony on the Tree of Life. We have this gorgeous reciprocal scenario, generosity, free flow. It's just flowing at the moment for you, Capricorn, which is great after a period of assessment, deliberation, a little bit of stagnation maybe. And let's have a wee look at moving forward with the Wheel of Fortune. There's a reinvigoration, as I said before, a reinvigoration. Another 6, the beautiful 6 of Cups. Again, in a literal sense, someone returning from the past, but this is about, childhood hopes, dreams, the beauty of freely giving when there's nothing really attached to it, just the sheer joy of giving to another. We see the children sharing their cups with flowers, these gifts in the cup. There's gifts in this card. And it's a card of memory. It's a card of memory also. We're moving forward with we're moving forward with some new information in our head, with some new perspectives here. In relation to giving and receiving, to being able to receive, actually. Sometimes people say, but I love getting things or receiving, but we often don't actually find it easy to receive, With that, we have the Temperance card. There's an alchemy, of course, involved here, and a timing. Involved. Temperance to me always indicates having a large level of faith. I'm not talking about faith in a religious sense, just in a human sense. To have faith that things play out as they need to, as they should. It's pretty lovely, actually. I think I wasn't really focused there. We had two cards just that popped out at the end. Three of Swords, sorrow. We understand sorrow. And the sun. I think the sun is eclipsing this, and we're getting that an extra blast, whether we're consciously aware of it or not, through the moon's reflection of this beautiful sun, Capricorn, at this full moon. Let's have a look. What is Kim Cran's? Wow. Yeah, really. I love this card, the octopus. It's a great card. I love it. We're really going for gold. There's a new need to express more ways of doing it, more ability to receive all these wonderful tentacles saying yes, yes, yes. And of course, squids, octopus, octopi, very intelligent. Capricorn, very intelligent. What have we got? Small offerings, seemingly, where's the result? The smallest thing can have great import, can have great importance. Today I'm going to read small offerings of that cup. Today I'm going to read from the Journey Map book, my book, because I usually just go over things pretty quickly here. We have fruition, Capricorn, beautiful fruition. Recognizing importance and minor detail, synergy, and results are the key words here. When fruition appears, we realize that many states like imaging, faith, and action have given this life. Sometimes completion or results do not come about in a way we may have expected. Fruition can occur at unexpected junctures. One must consider when fruition appears that time is not linear. Pay attention to synergy and I guess synchronicity and the small details around you and your projects. What may appear to be a non-arrival is in fact a reveal of great proportion. I just got this real high-pitched frequency in my left ear then, which is meaningless, but it kind of like, where did that come from? So fruition is a beautiful, beautiful card. Again, it gives us faith. Whether we've seen something yet, we certainly are at this time understanding something from a new perspective, Capricorn. So thanks so much for joining me. Take good care. Have a wonderful week. And we'll see you next time. Cheery now. Bye.